It's a taboo subject, one we all worry about, but it's a common problem. Making time in our busy lives to keep the spark alight in our relationships is hard for anyone. But the latest research pinpoints why we drift apart, and thankfully there are some simple solutions. Letitia Gibson has this special report.
Come on. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Everyone's libido will sort of fluctuate through their life and even from day to day and week to week.
Let's talk about sex.
Everybody's worried about, am I normal?
Let's talk about sex.
The last thing on your mind when you go home is that you want to have sex.
Let's talk about sex.
Libido. Well, if you've seen Austin Powers, then you know some have way more than others. Relationships in the new millennium come with enough challenges. But what happens when there's no time for intimacy?
When you're in such a high stress, high profile job that it just really, everything gets dampened.
Jo Carabin and her company Pash helps put the passion back into relationships by helping women feel sexy again. As a mother and wife, she knows all too well how the stresses of everyday life can reduce the urge.
And that's actually a real pressure. You're at work all day, you're really stressed, and then you're thinking, right, well, we have to have sex.
This can be quite a negative thing whereby the person who wants more sex repeatedly feels rejected and builds up further resentment.
Tackling the paradox of modern love, author Dr. Cindy Pan says sexual famine in the home can cause major problems, and talking openly and honestly is the key, the solution.
Definitely it's both women and men who can suffer from low libido, and of course for men it's sometimes even more difficult because stereotypically men are always supposed to have these raging libidos, and it's a hard reputation to keep up with.
We're linked to our emotions, so you're not going to want to have sex with your partner if he doesn't make you feel very good about yourself or your relationship.
Australia's top-selling relationship authors, husband and wife team Bessie Bardot and Jeff Barker, say the best way to get that loving feeling back is cheap and natural.
One, by increasing the oxytocin in someone, that's called the cuddle chemical, and two, by increasing the testosterone, and testosterone is responsible for you feeling horny or wanting to have sex with your partner. And the way to do that is simply with the oxytocin is stroking, touching someone, actually when they walk past you in the kitchen, brushing them, and the other way is with the testosterone is do something crazy, adventure sports. Adventure sports raise your testosterone, go bungee jumping, go paragliding.
Let's face it, while they bring pleasure, they can also be a major distraction when trying to find time for intimacy. But before you ditch the ankle biters, stock up on the oysters and jump out of an aeroplane, have a look at the top 5 libido killers. At number 1, medications such as the pill and antidepressants. Secondly, recreational drugs, followed by smoking, poor body image and health issues such as obesity, anxiety and depression.
One of the most popular ways to increase that animal magnetism include popping natural remedies like horny goat weed. One American author, Esther Perel, has even suggested the unorthodox way of open marriages, meaning partners can seek love in other people's beds. But Bessie and Jeff say the best way is a little titillation of the imagination.
Sex is very much an invigorating factor. Aside from feeling good in general, it makes you feel good about all areas of your life. So it's very important that people do put the effort in.
Talking about how to make things a bit more wicked in the relationship, so providing some inspiration, some little cards that give you some inspiration around what to do. The good news is, it does come back, which was a great relief, I have to say.
We all seem to think that everyone is having more sex than we are. They're not. So just talk with your partner about it, work out a practical solution and stop stressing.
Some good advice. Letitia Gibson reporting.